Hello, this is Ryan with WebsiteIslands.com, and this is a walkthrough of the website jewelry and bags and style.com. Once you're logged into the Joomla backend, the first thing you'll see is the control panel, and we're working with virtumart as the shopping cart, so we just click on Components, virtumart, and if we go to Products, you'll see there's some demo data for products. The only real product in here is a necklace that I put in on the front end just to test the way it looks and everything. So um, obviously you know how to create uh, products, but the question that you had was how to sort products. So just in the default view, you won't see any sorting options for moving the products around. But if you um, select the category, for example, and then let's say we go to bracelets. Oh, there's nothing in bracelets. Let's go to um, hair maybe. No, let's try bridal. Okay, so even if as long as we select at least a category, even the subcategory items, we can reorder them within the subcategory. So that's fine. So if you just take this little red thing, you can move it around. So let's say you wanted this one in a better order, and that's should change the way it's viewed in the front end. So here in the front end, you can see the subcategories, and we need to update the images for those. But you can see the necklaces here under the bridal category. Okay, so here in the back end, in the configuration on the product order settings tab, since you want to display your products by a specific order, for example, you might want to move in certain categories certain products up to the top of the order and others down so that a fresh new product would be there when people visit it. So the default view when people, let me just save this setting. Okay, so the default view when people visit this will be the ordering. Okay, they can sort by it's ordered in a certain way. Um, Even though this is only $23 and this is $1,000, it's not being sorted by price. It's being ordered by the order that we have it in the back end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, we should see beautiful necklaces in our products. So if we go over to our products and we go to the bridal category, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe I'm doing that wrong. Maybe I have to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, here we're here. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're 10 down. Okay, I've just been playing with that around a little bit to help myself understand the ordering here on the latest Joomla, on the latest virtumart. One thing I want to point out real quick before we go any further is if it's the first time you're on a category, like I just switched it to accessories, and it's all zero. If you click save, you got to click save before it gives you the ordering numbers. Okay, and then it just doesn't load otherwise. Um, it's just a glitch or something. If you click up and down, like this little triangle thing, that'll sort them by order within that category from least to greatest. One thing you'll notice is when we go to bridal, for example, um, we can switch from least so the numbers don't necessarily start with one, especially when you're in a subcategory. If you take them, if you go to uh, uh, the main select a category, you don't even get the order. But if they were if all products were hypothetically under one category, then you would probably get the ordering from one to whatever. But so we're within the individual categories here. The numbers will be, they could start with 19, but they'll still go in numerical order. Um, the uh, the thing to point out though is that this number is not like an assigned number. It's just a number assigned, like a number within that category. But if we look at a subcategory, for example, pearls, the same the same beautiful necklace is now number 9. But if we go back to bridal, the same beautiful necklace is number 27. So don't look at that as don't look at these numbers as important as much as they are as an ordering. So what we're going to do is we're going to you can move this. So if we go to the front end, I've got it default sort by ordering. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and here's our necklace, the ninth down. And you'll see if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we see the necklace is 9 down. Let me just go on pearls. It's the same here. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got 9. And let's go. Move it now. We want to move it up to the top. So we want that pearl necklace to be featured. We're just going to drag it with that little red dot there. Make sure it's at the top. And now we're going to refresh that page, that category, and we'll see. Oh, let me clear the cache. That should work, I would think, unless I did something wrong. Maybe I just need to save it. So I'm going to save the order now that I've moved it. So now I'm going to refresh it here on the front end. And no. Let me try clear the cache. See if that is for pearls. It's still showing up as 9th down. Okay, I figured out what it was. I did move it up to number 1 in the bridal. In the bridal category, I moved it up. So that's kind of a neat feature. You can actually move these products within their parent categories and assign them one. So like on bridal, you could assign it exactly where you want it to show up on the bridal category. And then when you drill down to the pearls only, you'll have to reorder it there as well. You can give it a new order. So for here example, I want the beautiful necklace and hearts to be the 3rd down, and I'm going to save that. Don't forget to save. All right. So now, if I click on pearls, there it is on the 3rd. So that's really cool. You can sort. You can have you can decide where you want to put it on both the parent category and the children subcategories. All right, so that's that. Now, another question you had was about how to put an item on sale, how to mark an item on sale. So in order to do that, we have by default, when you're creating a new product, you just enter in the cross price, and the rest of these are filled in automatically for you. But let's say you want to put something on sale, you'll put the override, you'll put a new price in there. So let's say I just want to make it $1 as the override price. So then I'm going to click save, and then I'm going to go back and click on this necklace. Well, let me just refresh it here. So so before you click on the details, you can't really see that it's on sale, but once you go here, you can see that it's been marked down, and you'll see the discount value underneath here. We don't have to show the discount value, but I guess that's a good thing. I guess every template's a little bit different, and we'll display these differently. Some of them have custom styling for on sale and stuff like that. The other thing that you can do is, obviously assign it to the sales category, and then it'll show up in the sales category if somebody wanted to see everything that's on sale. Um, let's see what else. Let me pause it for a second. One thing I want to point out is that the ideal image size for this template in particular is 270 by 318 if you want to keep a consistent look. So this is 270 pixels wide by 318 tall. So you're going to want to crop your photos um, to that size. If you just upload them to any random size, the cart might resize them for you. However, they might be stretched either a little wide or tall. So the best thing to do is to, although you can test that yourself. I haven't tested that, but you can try that. Otherwise, if the other consequence, and I haven't tested this, might be that you'll get like, let's say we go back to the home page, or any of the product categories. They're all have this consistent look to them. So in order to keep that consistency, I recommend cropping your images to that size and then uploading them. The exception are these slideshow images are I believe they're 550 by, I think they're 550 by 550. I'll double check. Okay, so don't forget to you'll add your short description and your long description. I've noticed that the short description in this template in particularly shows up first and here, and then the long description shows up here. So technically you don't even have to enter in a long description if you don't have a really lengthy description. You could just put everything right here in the short description box. The Don't forget to enter your quantity. Once you have a zero stock, um, you'll get an email that says uh, you're running low on stock. Once it goes out of stock, I've configured it to just go unpublished. I think here in the virtumart configuration, we have the ability to uh, choose send a low, don't display the product. You could still change these settings to let them continue ordering them even after the website's out of stock, or don't display the product, um, or display notify me, which will give them an email when you add it back in stock, um, and then or let them order it, but then tell them it'll be available within 30 days or something like that. Let me save that. All right, so you can change those settings if you want. And for now, I've got it marked do not. It's gonna unpublish the product, and you'll have to republish it, or it just won't show the product. Um, uh, Going back in here, uh, don't forget to add your weight. So it's going to be make sure to put it in. I've got the shipping module to to uh, to do by pounds for the weight, and this isn't important because we're not doing it by kilograms. So just enter product weight. Make sure it's set to pounds. You're not using length, but if you could just set it to inches anyway. But make sure it's set to weight, and then maybe just put in like 1 pound, or and you can play around and see what that charges, if it's what you want or not. But or you could enter if you want the most accurate, you can enter that maybe that necklace is only 0.6 pounds. You can enter the exact weight in there. So by default, I've got the shipping calculating by pounds. So you're going to want to use pounds. If you want to change that, we'll have to go and reconfigure the shipping module to go on a different if you wanted to change it to ounces, we'll have to reconfigure the shipping module as well. So for now, if you wanted to calculate this number correctly, you'll use pounds. Um, I think by default, now that I've made those settings, like when we create a new product, um, I'm just going to enter in a demo here, product name, demo item. All right, you can enter your SKU, but you don't have to. And then let me just save that real quick. All right, so you'll see that these numbers are automatically filled in. And once again, if you wanted to put this item on sale, you would write $25, and then you'd make sure to check this overwrite final. And then, like I was saying, because the new products, it's automatically gonna say pounds, and just enter it in there. It'll automatically say inches because I've configured it for new products. Once you change that though, all the old products you have to go manually change them. They just don't update automatically. You have to go in there and do it. But for anything new that you create now, it'll have by default the correct settings. Okay, so I want to see just to make sure that that works. I'm going to put that in the Perl section there. Save, and I'm going to just go back to bridal pearls. Demo item. It's in the pearls. It's published. Okay, I'm so dumb. Usually I don't keep track of stock when I'm building these sites. So since we've got the stock turned on, I need to publish it. Put 100 pieces in stock at least, because it's not going to show up. And I also just realized that when you are out of stock, you're going to get an email notification, but I don't see the option to automatically. I don't see the option to unpublish. It just says do not display it. So the weird thing is it does remain published even though it's out of stock, but not visible from the front end. So pay attention to your emails when you run out of stock, or change this setting to do not display to something else like display notify me instead of add to cart button, or um, I would just make sure you get a low stock notification. I'd set it to something like 30 days in advance, or however long you need to order the product and get more product in. Okay, anyway, let me refresh this page now. Now that there is, obviously I didn't add an image, so there's no image there. Does not look too good. But we can click on that. We see my price was 50, and then I've discounted to 25. So like I said, just let's go back there. All you have to do is make sure to enter your price, save it, and then enter your override price, and make sure to check this little button here that says overwrite final. Otherwise, it will not be overwritten with your sales price. Okay, so I'm going to unpublish this, and that will no longer be visible from the front end. Okay, so I think that about covers all the questions you might have had for managing your own products. Now I'm going to show you how to manage other things on your site. The number one thing would be this little slideshow here that has a short little message, a clickable button, and an image. Okay, so these images are 550 pixels by 550 pixels at their largest size. So if you make it much larger, it's going to go into this text area, and it might get cropped off at the top and the bottom just by the box. There, the invisible slideshow dimensions here. So crop your image to 550 by 550 for best results. And I find that the ones with the transparent background, like this bag and this pendant or a white background, look best. However, if you've got a nice looking photo or a flyer, that might look really good in here too, and you can use those. Um, we don't have to use this slideshow, but I think that this slideshow is a really easy one if you just want to make a little announcement like this, like 50% off, and constantly keep changing it rather than photoshopping a whole new slide. You just can use one of your existing images and just change the text here and maybe change the link. So let's get into it. Uh, from the back end of Joomla, go to the extensions module manager, and you'll be looking for the SP Smart slider or the homepage big slideshow, which is the name that I gave it, so that it would be easy for me to remember. Now, you'll click on slides or sliders here, and you'll see the three that I have here: new arrival, free shipping, up to 50% off. Um, these are all text-based slides, so if you were to create a new one, you could link it to an article on your site, but more or less, if you want to copy the same format that I'm using, use text and then enter the text accordingly. Just look at the old ones that I've already created, and you can see which ones. I don't fill in everything here. I didn't fill in the full text. I didn't fill in the pre-title. So use the title. That's going to be the really big text, and then the post title, which is going to be the smaller text underneath it, and the intro text, which is the sentence. It looks just like the post title. It's right underneath the intro text. Technically, you could probably get away with just using one or the other. Um, let's see. So don't use image. Use the image thumb, and then just select it. You can upload it from there if it's not already loaded into your folder. I've put, just to stay organized, I've created a folder called slideshows, and you'll see the three images that I used in there, and you can give them a unique name if you want to, name them, or they don't have to have a unique name though. Okay, so um, this is just really easy to edit this text. There's no magic behind it. Just put what it could say: new arrival, 50% off, happy Thanksgiving, happy Easter, Merry Christmas, 50% off, 25% off site wide, da 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 da, 25% off on the jewelry category only this week. Um, uh, all month of April, rings are buy one get one free. Whatever you want to put in here. You can link it, the slide, like buy now, to an individual product. Since this was demo data, I didn't actually have that product linked to yet, so I just put a placeholder there. But you should actually, when your domain is live and you've actually got the actual user link, go in and copy that URL that you want to link to, the page that you want to link to, and put it in there. So for example, new arrival by now, you would link to that product. Put that product link in there. The next one is free shipping on all jewelry for limited time. Shop now. That that link can just go to your shopping cart here, to the main cart, or it could just go to the fashion jewelry um, category if you wanted it to. The 50% off leather, that could just link it to the leather handbags. I'm not going to bother with those links now because it's just on a temporary URL, and that address is going to change, so the demo wouldn't work anyway. Um, we'll just update that once you've got a live site. Uh, the Okay, so yeah, as long as your image is 550 by 550 pixels, it'll look really good in there when you upload it, and that'll automatically shrink for cell phones and tablets in different sizes because the website itself is responsive. Okay, so this new item's arriving daily. We don't have to put this box on there. You can put any message you want in here. This is just like a little box that's under the slideshow. Um, this is just another way to get them to click onto the main shopping page when they're done looking at whatever featured stuff you have on your homepage. So on your homepage, you've got these tabs: featured, latest, popular, random. Obviously, you have much more than that. That's why I put the start shopping button there to get to your main shop page. Here's your Facebook like button, your best sales. All these modules are also here. If you don't forget to save that slide and then also save the module itself. I want to go through that. I shut that down a little bit too early. The homepage slideshow. So once you've edited a slide, make sure to click save here, but then also click save and close or save here, okay, to make sure everything gets saved. Um, the next thing, so you'll see these tabs, featured, latest, popular, random. They have their own individual settings. If you want to mess with them, you really don't have to. They are just like what they say they are, the featured, latest, popular, and if you wanted to feature a product in virtumart, that's easy enough. You just uh, click on virtumart products and make sure to put a little green check mark next to the featured, and those are the ones that are going to show up on your featured tab here on the home page. The latest will actually be the latest by date, and the popular and will actually be based on whatever's getting the most clicks, I guess, the or purchases. The the Facebook, that's self-explanatory. That's a Facebook like box to your Facebook fans, and hopefully that'll encourage them to like you. Um, this these this is this is going to be unique based on the user's individual computer settings. If they have an add this account, they might, which I do. Their favorites will be listed here first. Like my favorites are Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Google. But if somebody else has other favorites, theirs will be displayed here if they haven't added this account. Um, if they don't, just the most popular ones here would display usually anyway. Um, but people can click on that and recommend your website, and that'll put a link from their account back onto your site. Not to be confused with Follow Us down here, which is your actual Facebook and your actual Pinterest. If you had a YouTube account or a Twitter account or other social networking accounts that you want people to be able to link into, or you had a LinkedIn um, account, just we could add those buttons here if people want to follow you. But for the most part, we're not trying to promote those services. They're already on your website. We want them to come back here, not there. So these are more important because these will help um, get backlinks on their accounts back to your account, back to your website, I mean. Um, which is what Google's looking at, is how many incoming links from social networks do you have, and they count those all up, and that's one of the factors that they look at when they're ranking you. So let's go ahead and then obviously this one, best sales. You could feature any individual product there. I believe that's a module here too. So you could just decide, or maybe it's actually just the best sales. But let me see, best best sales. Yeah, so it's literally displaying the best sales, and you have other options there. And if you choose one of those, you could rename the title here because that title's being shown on the front end. Okay, so I'm going to close that out, and uh, I created a terms of use. I think you already had a privacy policy, so I just used the one that you have. You had a return policy, you had an about us. These are the shopping buttons: registration account, past orders, and those should all link into the correct um, thing, but they have to log in and have an account for any of those buttons to really work. Okay, so going back to the home page, if they um, we can just add a product to the cart, show the cart. Okay, I've loaded a custom virtumart plugin called I think it's called DP one page checkout. And so that has some very nice look and very easy feel to it. So if we click, I'm just going to check out as a guest. You encourage them to register to save time, fast and easy checkout, easy to access your order history and status. So that's encouraging them to register, but you can check out as a guest. And then once I click that, hold on 1 second. Okay, for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm waiting on USPS to validate a new API for this website. So I am just for the purpose of this demo video, I'm just going to be using a free shipment method. So it's just going to, but later on you'll have any kind of USPS based cost here coming from their site, like priority mail or whatever. Okay, so as you can see, this is once you've entered in some basic shipping information, it'll allow you to, you can change your shipping address here if you want, but it's a very simple checkout that requires very little information if you're checking out as a guest, a little bit more information if you're checking out as a registered user. Um, they get this is a little bit like a GoDaddy.com checkout, the way it looks. So I really like the way this looks. You can put in a special note there and then confirm the purchase, and then it will take you over to PayPal. Please wait while we redirect you to PayPal. Very easy, very friendly, and I think you just cancel and return back to your website. Okay, so it says you've canceled your payment, and then it takes you back to the cart, and then they can register here if they wanted to create an account. Um, all right, so I think that pretty much sums up uh, all the functions on your website. I will be updating the USPS API as soon as I get that information from them, so your cart will work. Meanwhile, you can start loading your products and uh, just loading your products and prices and whatnot. Thanks for watching.